I know. Where have I been? I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Hi friends, I'm so glad to be back with you. I know I missed Wednesday's upload. I'm so sorry about that. Over the weekend, I had scratched my right eye, and when I went to put my contacts in on Tuesday morning so I could film, it was like putting glass in my eyeballs, so I couldn't film. I wanted to give my eyes a couple days to heal. Contacts are in today, feeling fine, so we are ready to try on some makeup. So maybe you noticed that Sephora launched a new foundation. Now here's the thing, I don't buy many Sephora products. As a matter of fact, when I was looking around my table to see what I had that was, Sephora branded, there's very little. So when I bought this foundation called Best Skin Ever, I thought to myself, maybe I should, look into all of the highest rated Sephora products and do a video on that. Would you guys like to see that? Give me a thumbs up if you think you would like to see a video on just all Sephora products that are highly rated. So anywho, today's video is on this Best Skin Ever. So this is a new launch, and so far on the website, I noticed that it had 13,000 loves. It has 5-star reviews. It looks great. It is 0.84 ounces, which annoys me. I want my foundations to be 1 whole ounce. Give it to me like that, or I feel like I'm being gypped. Anyway, I'm not too upset because it's $20. And honestly, considering what I pay for some of my other foundations, $20 is a freaking bargain. So if this holds up to the 5-star reviews and what everyone says online, then ooh, we may have ourselves a newfound friend. All right, so I haven't even broken into this to test it out. I wanted to be here with you guys to do that. So when I went into the store, I found one of my favorite Sephora employees, and I told him I need to get skin printed. I want to get a color match. I had a match to my neck. Very often they'll match to my face, and my face and my neck are 2 different colors, and I like to kind of blend. So I had a match to my neck. This is the shade he came up with. It is 11.5P. I guess the P might be for pink because I do have, those cool rosy undertones. So we'll see how this works. Okay, so a couple other shout outs about this and their claims is it's supposed to be like a long wear, all day hydrating. It does have hydrating ingredients. There's glycerin, hyaluronic acid, squalene, and sunflower oil, all of which have different hydrating properties. I'm not the hugest fan of hyaluronic acid. We can talk about that in another video, but since there's other hydrating ingredients in here, I'm fine with it. Now it does say that they want you to use a hydrating primer. You can go right in after you've done your skincare. So if your moisturizer is still a little tacky on your face, then that's the perfect primer. But since I did my skincare earlier today, I'm gonna go in with one of my favorite hydrating primers. This bougie bitch. It's the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream. It is basically a moisturizer, but it makes a beautiful primer. So I'm going to give that a try. Now I'm also going to use my Timeless Pore Smoothing Primer from Tarte because I do love this where I have larger pores and texture. So I'm going to try it on just one side of my face because I do want to give this foundation its best chance. I want to see what it's really made of, how long it really holds up, how it works with other ingredients. So this is a dimethicone based primer, and actually there's a lot I noticed of dimethicone in here, so they should work well together. I'm going to use only a little bit. There shouldn't be any peeling problems, but we'll see. And because this is mostly just a foundation review, I'm going to wear a headband just to keep this freaking hair out of my way. There we go. It's sparkly, so I can look like a purdy princess. All right, so I'm going in with my Magic Cream. This is about as much as I'll need for my whole face. I warm it up between my fingers and start from center and work my way out. The only thing I don't like about this primer moisturizer is the scent. It definitely has a very perfumey kind of rose based scent, and that is not one of my favorite scents. And honestly, I really don't need my primers to be scented. Do you? And now with my Tarte Poreless Primer, this here, actually that's too much. There we go. That's a better amount. This I warm up between my fingers and then press into my pores in this area here. and on my nose. I just like to make those pores vanish. Ooh, a little poreless perfection. Okay, I just did a little spot concealing with another product I'm trying out. We're not going to talk about that one today. I am going to go, lately I've been doing my concealer first, and I find that it blends really nicely when I then go in with my foundation afterwards. So I'm going to go in with my Dior Skin Forever, blah, 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 and I'm going to do my normal concealing with that. So according to the Sephora site, this is medium coverage, and it's hydrating, supposed to last all day. I like all those things. And they do recommend that you use a brush to apply. And of course, I do have one of my favorite Sephora brushes, but I'm also going to use it with a beauty blender because, well, let's see which way we like best. Now it's in a pump, which I super duper love. And it's kind of important actually that it's in a pump because one of the hydrating ingredients in here is brown algae. And if that's exposed to air, it becomes ineffective. So it's awesome that they actually packaged it correctly so that we're still going to get the benefits that they claim. All right, I'm going to just pump it out on the back of my hand. That's the shade. We'll see how we like. All right, let's go in with the brush. I'm going to just swirl it around, get it on there, and go in on my left side. I don't know. How do I feel about this with the brush? It feels nice going on. It definitely has a dewiness to it. It is supposed to have a natural skin finish, which is my favorite. However, natural skin finish is kind of, well, I think it's kind of subjective. I think the match might be pretty good. The color match, it might, I don't know. Is it a skosh light? These lights here will skew it a little bit. So we'll have to see what it looks like as the day goes on. I do like how it feels. It does feel lightweight. I think the coverage is nice. Now, I don't need for every, spot and blemish on my face to be covered up. I'm fine when my skin looks like skin. And you can tell, I think, a difference from side to side. I think the brush did a nice job of applying. I don't really see brush strokes, but then again, this is a nice brush. I do enjoy using this brush. What do you think? What are you seeing? And I am kind of a pouncer when it comes to using brushes. Some people are swirlers, some people are draggers. I'm a pouncer. I like to just get it in there. This also helps with like keeping brush strokes and seeing like the little fibers leaving lines on your face. So for me, that's like my favorite way to use a brush. I don't know. So far, I think I like it. All right, now let's try it with the Beauty Blender and see how we like that. All right, I'm just gonna do one pump on the back of my hand. Clean Beauty Blender, already dampened. I'm gonna pounce that in. And now I get it. A lot of you probably don't wanna go to the mall, and obviously you'd prefer to order this online. I don't think that this was the shade that matched up. You know how you use their shade finder? And I put in the normal shade that I use for my Armani Luminous Silk, and that is in the shade 4.25. I don't find these shades to be similar. I think this is lighter than that. However, I'm kind of fine with that. It's winter. All right, I'm gonna do another pump because, one of the downsides of the Beauty Blender is it does soak up product, which is fine. For me, I don't mind that. Some people find that to be a waste of product. For me, I just find that is how the Beauty Blender works. It's magic. It only puts down the amount of product that you need, and it like picks up and puts down and picks up and puts down. So if you use a Beauty Blender, I think you're gonna, use a little bit more product, but that I don't hate so much. Okay, so what do we think? Can you tell the difference from the brush side to the blender side? Isn't that a cute little blemish? Ugh. I think at 50 years old, I would stop getting blemishes. I guess it's payback for me not really having like kind of breakout prone skin when I was a teenager. Yay, hormones. All right, what do you think? Can you tell a difference? I don't know. I don't think I can tell much of a difference, but I think I like the way that the brush put it on best. So good recommendation from the site. And just to even up my face, I'm going to put a little more on with the brush on this right side, just to make sure we are all matched up. And it did say on the site to work in one area at a time. I know sometimes, I mean, you'll see in videos, and I don't know if people do this in real life, but people will just dot it all over their face and then go in and start blending. For me, that's not my favorite way of applying foundation, because I do find that product can dry by the time, you know, you finish working on this side, you've gotten over here, and it's kind of dried down a little bit and it doesn't spread out nicely. So yeah, I would normally, you know, just work on one space at a time, but the site says so, so trust and believe. Okay, so far so good. I like it very much. Okay, I'm gonna go and put the rest of my face on, and I will come back and we'll talk about my feelings. Don't we love to hear my feelings? All right, we will come back in just a few minutes. And I am back. So I just went in with kind of one of my tried and true looks, you know, nothing that you haven't seen before. Of course, Charlotte Tilbury all over the place, the Kat Von D blush, Maybelline the Falsies. So no real surprises. I wanted to do my normal face and see how this wears throughout the day. Now I do have somewhere to go tonight. I am so excited. I have something to do. I get to do it with a friend. It's a very like safe, and no one's gonna get sick, and you know, we're all whatever. We're all compliant. It's gonna be, you know, a small little thing, but it's gonna be fun. Anywho, I'm gonna go out. I'm so excited, just for a couple hours. I'm going to wear my makeup, of course. I am going to take out my contacts for a little bit because, well, I'm going to edit this part. Then I will film when I get home. We'll see how my makeup is held up. And then, well, you know, I always get those marks from my glasses, but whatever. So right now I'm feeling kind of good about how things turned out. And let's face it, I'm not wearing makeup that often lately. So, you know, just putting makeup on, I was like, oh, what comes next? And of course I had to go with a little brighter lip because, well, kind of a gray day and I just wanted to feel a little brighter. But so far so good. I like the finish. I hope it's showing up nicely on camera because I like how it's looking in person. I do think it is, you know, a natural finish. I do think it's medium coverage. I did like how it went on with the brush a little better. We'll see if it, you know, sinks into any of my lines, especially my 11s, which is usually, you know, my big faulty area where you can see that things are starting to break down. So yeah, before I go out, I am going to touch up a little bit, but that's not out of the ordinary. That's just how I would do my makeup anyway. So I'm going to give it, you know, the regular test of how I would normally do things. All right, I will be back in a little while and we'll see how this day has turned out and how this face has held up. All right, I am not even going to try and lie to you. I mean, these eyes can't lie. So I told you I was going out. I may have had a few wines. It was for a good cause, for real. And, well, things may not be perfect. I don't know. Is the camera straight? I don't care. Is my lighting right? I don't care. I got to go out, spend some time with a couple friends that I adore. Got to have some delicious wines, and whew, she's feeling good. All right, so we're back at it for a wrap up of this foundation. Best Skin Ever from Sephora. So what do we think? I have had this on for about 7 hours. And that's a good wear time to see how we like it. I know it says it's a 12-hour foundation. It's not common that I wear foundations for 12 hours. I mean, if you think about it, if you put on foundation at 7 o'clock in the morning to go to work and by 7 p.m. at night, I mean, it's usually broken down. So for me, I think, a 6 to 7 hour wear time, that's what I expect. That's what I want. That's what I hope for. So what do we think? So yeah, I mean, shit has broken down a little bit. I don't think it's terrible. I was concerned about my 11s, which, what do you think? I'm not seeing like deep markations from the foundation. Some foundations will like leave like really visible lines there. I'm not seeing that. Now, obviously my blush is broken down. That's always the first to go. I have said that to you 100 times. I think that this concealer I am trying has broken down in some places, but who cares? That's not what this video was about. Overall, I think this looks like the foundation of someone who's been wearing it for 6 or 7 hours and has been drinking a few wines. I like it. I'm not going to say that it's like a replacement for my Armani Luminous Silk, which is my holy grail. It's also like 3 times the price of this here Best Skin Ever. And honestly, $20 for a foundation that's still holding up. I'm going to keep looking at myself. Apologies. $20 for a foundation that is still like decently holding up. Had I, powdered, girl, have another glass of wine. Had I powdered myself throughout the night, I think it would have done just fine. I think looking at, the T-zone is where it always breaks down first for me because that's where I will get a little more oily. I'm obviously having breakdown here. I'm having a little breakdown here, but there's also a concealer I was trying out there. So that could be part of the culprit. Although that concealer is in some other spots and I think it held up well in those other locations. So, I will say I was from time to time like getting a little heated throughout the evening, temperature wise, not temperament wise. So, that does break down my makeup for me. But overall, I think that for 7 hours worth of wear with no touch up, I'm pretty cool with this. And for $20, I mean, yeah, Sephora, I'm not going to say you're my best skin ever, but I really, really like this. I'm going to try it again multiple times. It didn't oxidize. I'm not seeing like a color difference from my face to my neck, which is huge. I cannot deal with oxidation. If you're going to oxidize, you're going straight in the garbage or I'm returning you to the store because no. And this didn't do that, which is, I mean, look at little breakouts coming out. But other than that, like nothing else is really happening. Should I have, powdered and maintained? Maybe. Did I? Nope, because I was enjoying wine and friends. So tell me what you think. Is Best Skin Forever something you're considering? I don't think it's something to not consider, that's for sure. Is it making me think twice about trying more Sephora products? For sure. I think I'm definitely going to do like a best of Sephora. I'd asked you earlier in the video to give me a thumbs up if you wanted me to do a video on their highest rated products from the Sephora brand. And I think I'm going to do that. Is she slurring? Ugh, gross. Apologies. If this is something you think you'd like to see, definitely give me a thumbs up because I think I would like to try it. I think I would like to know what are their other products that are really pretty good, especially for the price. I mean, let's face it, the Sephora line is very well priced, super affordable. It's not like some of the other products I use. So I think I'd like to try something that's more affordable and hopefully really good. So I will be giving this many more tries. I think I'm going to use my Cover FX gripping primer next time, see if that helps extend the wear time. But I don't have any hate for this. I have a little bit of love. So I'm going to keep trying it and try and find the perfect way to use it for me. Well, I hope you enjoyed this try-on review of Sephora's Best Skin Ever foundation, and I want to thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you were like, this girl's the right amount of crazy for me, then please subscribe and hit the notification bell. Thank you so much for watching.